It's Jixie here. So this is the this is the long-awaited IMVU, whatever you want to call it. This is the I'm going to call it IMVU because that's the way I have been calling it for years. So whatever. But yeah, this is the video on IMVU that I promised to Azrael. You know what, let's just assume for the time being that I'm shit at pronunciation. So, yeah, I promised this, and so this is what it was. And I told you that I've been thinking of ideas about this, and I couldn't think of anything except to really tell you why it is that I love IMVU. Why I've been using it for nearly 5 years, I think. It's been, yeah, so I think I started using it in like 2012, late 2011, early 2012, I think. And so I've been on it for 5 years, 2 different accounts, but that's, you know, whatever. I've met a lot of friends, lost a lot of friends, joined a lot of role plays, left a lot of role plays, started chat rooms, and, you know, you get the picture. You know, lots of this happened in that time. I've lost some good friends, but I've also lost some bad friends and made some good friends, and I've got, you know, lots has happened. But I want to tell you, first of all, kind of why I love it, and then some of the reasons why I don't like it, and hopefully by me doing that I can sort of help you to avoid these things, maybe. But to talk about, firstly, about why it is that I love it. I love that it's because throughout my life I've always been really interested in fashion. I've loved dress-up games like the website Azrael's Dolls, which I still do. But you know, because it's kind of, you know, it's obviously got more of a 3D quality than a lot of those games, you know, because you can move the camera around and see the fashions from all angles. You can even design them yourself from scratch, which I do. So, you know, it has a design quality, it has a dress-up quality, but along with that, it allows you to make friends, and chat, and role play, you know, and so I really love the idea that it's a dress-up game, but also a sort of Facebook type thing as well. You know, you can chat to people, you can, you know, you can pretty much do anything. So it has, you know, it covers all bases really. You know, and you can design, you know, anything that you have, you know, in your brain, you can sort of make come to life in this this world. And, you know, not only just clothes, but furniture, and I've got a Disney thing in the back. I was literally just watching Peter Pan, and now this has just come on. That's anyway, no, I'll link that down below because I love listening. It's so relaxing listening to Disney sounds. But yeah, so, like, you know, not just fashions, but also furniture and rooms and pets and anything. You can design it, you can make it, so it's like really good inspiration. A lot of my paintings that I have made, I put on IMVU. Like, I created actual pictures so that I can have them in my actual room. You know, like, because there's not enough space on my walls for a lot of my paintings, but I can put them on IMVU and in my chat rooms, and so therefore, you know, yay, because yeah, I love creating pictures and love creating fashions and furniture and things like that. So I feel like it's really allows for creativity, which is great. You know, I love dressing up, you know, and there's just no boundaries for how much you can customize your avatar. You know, you can make them tall, you can make them have big heads, big boobs, big legs, big bums. Lots of people do big bums, I've found. I mean, they literally have like balloon asses, which is really weird to look at, but I mean, because it's not natural, but, you know, like, whatever, you know, it makes people happy. But I don't design that. I just find it really weird. It just makes me feel uncomfortable to just see someone walking like along with like this big balloon ass. So I don't design that stuff. I like normally proportioned people. Has that gone off? No. Just started a new song. Oh, it's Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, so I just love the creativity of it. And the chat aspect. Of course, I love roleplay so much. There's just no boundaries for it at all. The only boundary for roleplay is your imagination. Of course, there are some rules, like god modding, which for anyone who doesn't know, god modding is making yourself so crazy powerful that you're impossible to beat. It's very annoying when people do that. You know, what's the fun in trying to defeat a character that is just impossible to beat? I don't see why people... I mean, I guess people like, you know, the power kick that comes along with god modding, but you know, for everyone else, it just kind of spoils the fun a bit. So, and of course, you know, so I mean, obviously, god modding is a downside, which, but role-playing itself is just, you know, you can pretty much create anything you imagine, and if you get a really good roleplay room, there's a few good roleplays going on. There's a fairy roleplay that I sometimes go and do called Fairy Village, because obviously, you know, guys, I'm a little kind of obsessed with fairies at the moment, so Fairy Village is one place that I go, and you can sort of roleplay with people. There's lots of people there usually, so you can get involved. There's also, there used to be a lot of Winx rooms. There's still a few My Little Pony rooms, but I think the My Little Pony is kind of dipped a lot. It was peaked quite a while, you know, a couple of years ago it peaked, and now it's kind of dipped a bit, so everyone's kind of going off that, including me. I don't watch that anymore. So there's a few My Little Pony rooms, there's lots of like demon rooms. Lots of people are into dark role plays these days. So there's lots of demon and vampire and witch role plays. It's pretty much, you know, your head is the boundaries of role play, so anything that's in your head is possible. And I love that. You know, you can do role plays based on films or books or television or whatever's in your brain. You can let it explode out, and you know, your creativity can just be gorgeous and whatever it is that, you know, it is. So again, that's another thing that I love about IMVU. I just love the idea of meeting people from all over the world. Like, you can go into a chat room and simultaneously meet somebody from Cuba, Japan, and Indonesia and Africa, and you can have a good talk, and you know, provided you obviously can speak the same language, you can just have amazing talks and amazing role plays, and just, you know, it really opens boundaries up to different cultures, because you can discuss those things. Like, I had an amazing chat with somebody who's from Indonesia, and she kind of was she from Indonesia? Yeah, no, she was, and then was it from Indonesia? No, it was Korea, sorry, rather. From Korea, and she kind of really opened my mind up about Hallyu and about kawaii, and you know, and that really kind of influenced my dress styles a lot. When, you know, researching a lot into kawaii, which I didn't really previously know anything about, has really inspired my dress sense, my fashion, and oftentimes my outfits will be kawaii related. And kawaii, for anyone who doesn't know, is a Japanese style of dress which is all about cuteness. I suggest you research it if you want to know any more about that, or I can talk about that. I mean, I don't really do like all out like some people do. Like, they have like this like lavender hair and like kitten ears or bunny ears or whatever, and it's crazy and amazing, and I love kawaii so much. But yeah, I really think it really opens your mind to different cultures. That's what I love about IMVU. There's some amazing things to do. And of course you can dance if that's what you like to do. Like, there's club rooms, there's a lot of club rooms. And you can be anyone and meet anyone and see anything, and it's just it's like this whole world that's out there that's ready to meet you, and you know, if you engage with it, it will engage with you, and it's wonderful. There are, however, some bad sides, and I'm going to tell you some of the bad sides, and hopefully warn you a little bit, and hopefully just kind of open your mind a bit to some of the bad sides. Obviously, it's not free. I mean, well, it is free. It's free to make an account, but to get credits obviously costs money. That's kind of a bad side. It's not really a bad side. If you have the money, then obviously it's not a bad thing. But if you don't have the money, then it hobbles you a bit because you can't really buy what you want. However, there are some people that found their way around that, which you oftentimes get lots of people who like to beg for gifts, for credits. I hate beggars. I hate them. You oftentimes, I mean, the other day, I'll tell you about an experience that I had. I went into an adoption room, and I guess this kind of is a bit shameful to admit, but I went to an adoption room dressed as like a little kid because I was kind of going through a thing where I wanted to rediscover my childhood a bit. Obviously, I'm doing lots of fairy-related things, but I kind of thought, sometimes it's nice to rediscover your childhood, and maybe, it helps off it, especially if you're writing about, kids, as I am at the moment, it helps to do that. And kind of got cajoled into being adopted by this woman who basically only wanted to be to adopt someone so that she could get some clothes. I mean, literally minutes after she adopted me, she was like, daughter, can you give me some dresses? And she she didn't really, but some people can get quite nasty when you say no. So I've kind of got into the habit of saying that I haven't got any money, because if you just say no, they kind of say why, and they push the matter. But if you say you don't have any money, I mean, no one can sort of say, no one can push that, So that's what I do. That's personally what I do to stop beggars. But I cannot stand beggars. It's like, what makes you think that you can put a claim on someone else's money? Like, what gives you the right? But you oftentimes I've had a lot of fair weather friends because of people just want gifts of clothes. So beggars are definitely a downside to IMVU. Another thing obviously is drama, and you'll hear a lot about that on IMVU. People can just bring catty, bitchy drama stuff into IMVU, and try and bring other people into it as well. And it's what IMVU is, at least for me, is an escape. I don't want to be writing all day and dealing with stresses and things in my real life and go on IMVU for an escape and then have to deal with catty, bitchy, stressy stuff on there too. So I try and stay away from drama. So yeah, that is definitely a downside to it. But I know obviously I talked about God rolling already, but that's only role play related, really. I can't really think of any other downsides. If I do think of it, I'll put it in the description maybe, or I'll find a way to tell you anyway, or I'll just put it on Twitter or something. But yeah, so those are all the good points and the kind of some of the downsides of IMVU. But all in all, I kind of love it. I love. I mean, most of all, what I love about it. Well, no, it's not most of all. It's one of the things I love about it as well. At least on IMVU, I'm skinny. And I don't have to diet. At the moment, I want to diet, guys. And I hate it. I'm constantly eating salads. I hate salads. She's like, well, if you don't like salad, eat soup. My personal trainer I'm talking about. I don't like soup either. Like, I am not a healthy person. I like bread, and I like cakes, and I like donuts. But at the same time, my graduation is next week, guys, next Friday. And, yeah, so I've got to I can't have some more graduation photos because I graduated with my A-level, and I just had pictures taken, and every time I look at them I think, you were such a fat cow. And I can't have another graduation where I look at myself and think the same thing. I want to make sure that I look, I mean, obviously I don't have really the time to do that, but at least on IMVU I am skinny. I wear a lot of crop tops. I don't wear anything too revealing because I don't really agree with people who wear like boobs out, legs out, and all of that stuff. But I do like wearing crop tops because I grew up in the noughties and crop tops were like totally in. So I wear a lot of crop tops. because, you know, I'm thin on there, so hey. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to my little tiny talk about why I love IMVU and why I don't like it sometimes. I will link the music that's in the background. It's a Disney medley. I love it. I'll link it in the description down below, so check it out. I always try and look at different music. Obviously, I know that a few people suggested that I check out some of their music, but it's kind of club stuff and it's not really my thing. But thank you anyway for the suggestion. You know, it's just not really my style of music, not really something that I really like to listen to when I'm relaxing. But thank you anyway for the suggestion. It's always nice to hear your comments. Please keep them coming. And I'm going to say peace now. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being completely non-judgmental, for commenting, and just for being awesome, like banana men and women, which was the phrase that Katie came up with. I don't know how that you know, is with you, whatever. But anyway, thank you guys for being awesome. I love you guys, so I'm going to say peace. Peace.